Hello class, good day. I welcome you to another course today, and the course title is speech writing. So in this course, just as usual, we'll be having another 3 different videos like this, which from module 1 which are from module 1 to module 10 as usual. So and this is module 1 for the course speech writing. So now let's move on to the contents of the module. So under the content, we have the meaning of the meaning of language, the function of language, the meaning of speech, features of a good speech, and the qualities of a good speech writer. So moving on, we have the introductory part. Language and speech are fundamental aspects of human communication, which enables individuals to convey thoughts, emotions, and ideas to others. So language refers to the complex system of symbols, rules, and structures used to convey meaning, comprising verbal and non-verbal elements such as words, gestures, and tone of voice. So it is important to know that when we are talking about speech writing, language is very essential. It is safe to say that it is the backbone of speech writing. So now, the meaning of speech, on the other hand, is the physical production of language, involving the articulation of sounds, words, and sentences to convey meaning. Effective language and speech skills are crucial for communication, social interaction, and academic and professional success, as they enable individuals to express themselves clearly, build relationships, and navigate diverse cultural and social contexts. And then the interplay between language and speech is intricate, with language providing the framework for communication, providing the background for communication, and speech serving as the vehicle for expression. So let's move on to the meaning of language now. So one of the major characteristics that distinguish humans from other creatures is language. It is unique to humans. So language is an arbitrary and conventional system of communication using vocal symbols, and that is according to Babajide 1996, page 1. So language plays important role in the existence of humans. It exists primarily in the spoken form. All languages of the world exist in this form. So it also exists in a secondary form, written. Not all languages exist in this form. However, the language that are yet to be reduced to writing are in no way inferior to those that are in written form, as long as the language satisfies the communicative needs of its users, that is the interlocutors. So it is an authentic language and it deserves to be addressed. So let's look at the functions of language. In according to Smith 1969, page 11, 10 to 11 view, in language learning and behavior perform 3 major functions, namely self-discovery, meaning giving, and communication. The first one is difficult to conceptualize. In essence, we get to know whom we are through people's evaluation of our statements, what they expect from us, and their responses to our assertions. So, and moving on, the second function now relates to making meaning out of our environment through words. The third one has to do with how we manage relationship with one another. So this relates to how we use language for sociability, sharing information, advocacy or persuasion, inquiry, and for sharing information as well. So the sociability aspect is what the anthropologist Bronislaw Malinowski calls fatigue communion. So this is noticeable in inquiries about people's health, comments on weather and climate, and affirmation of certain supremely obvious states of things, and that is Malinowski 1945. Moving on, we have the meaning of speech. When we are talking about speech is very essential. Language is very essential to speech, because speech is addressed to be understood. So now, speech is the vocal form of human communication. It involves the use of vocal cords, the tongue, the teeth, and other parts of the mouth to produce sounds that forms words and sentences. These sounds are then interpreted by a listener to understand the intended message, the implied meaning, and the production of sound by the vocal cords in the larynx. Speech is the primary means of conveying thoughts, the ideas, and emotions, and it plays a crucial role in social interactions, education, and cultural expression. Speech is a complex and multifaceted process that involves various psychological, cognitive, and social factors. Sorry. It is essential for communication, self-expression, and social interaction. Uh, so moving on, we have the features of a good speech. We're talking about the features of a good speech. That is what characterizes a good speech. Not all speeches are good. So what characterizes a good speech are: one, we have on the audience centeredness. Make sure what we are discussing, what is the speech is audience centered. We have relevance. We have arrest and sustenance of the audience's attention. Sorry. We have language and style. We have logicality, and we have presentation. So when we look at this one after the other, we will see that it's all cut across passing a good a perfect speech and a good speech. When a good speech must have must be audience centered and the likes. So now let's look at the qualities of a good speech writer. We have masking. The speechwriter has to wear the garb of another person, that is, must see things from another view, from another lens, and the lens of another person. Sorry. A good speechwriter should try as much as possible to, in the speech, assume the linguistics and expressive features of the speaker. Then we have another quality to be versatility. This is closely related to masking. A good speechwriter must be well versed in the area he or she is writing on. A good speechwriter must be versatile, not restricted to a particular part of speech writing. So we have regular practice. So we have one of the qualities of a good speechwriter is regular practice. Sorry. So closely related to masking is versatility. A good speechwriter must be well versed in the area he or she is writing on. That is, a speechwriter must be, by being versatile, it requires a good speechwriter to practice often and often. There's this saying that practice makes perfection. It is what you practice often and often that you become perfect at. So we have reading. A good reader is likely to be a good writer. Yes. So a major advantage of reading is that it widens our horizontal knowledge. So now moving on, we have the concluding part. In conclusion, language and speech are intricately linked components of human communication, playing a vital role in shaping our ability to convey thoughts, emotions, and ideas. Language provides the framework for communication, while speech serves as the vehicle for expression. I believe we have discussed something like this. It is important to know that language is very crucial when we are talking about speech writing. Language plays the major part in it, because it is the only medium through which information is being passed, and the audience understand what the information that is being passed. It is when the interlocutors, where we have the speech writer or the speaker being able to pass the information through the language the audience understand. So we don't expect someone to come and present a speech, someone to come and give speech and in an English environment by speaking French without any translator. It is safe to say that such context is a taboo, because the audience will be lost. And one of the qualities of a good speech is audience centeredness. So thank you.